Hi everyone, my name is Sarah Browning de Villiers and I'm the Chief Content Officer at Machine, which is part of Publicis Group Africa. I'm really excited to talk to you today about one of the key trends I think that all marketers and brands should be aware of for 2022 and beyond. I believe strongly that the platform world is going to become a strategic necessity for brands, and that in turn what that means is that we're going to, as marketers and brands, have to unlock the true power of content marketing, which is something I'm super passionate about in our industry. By 2023, we can expect that recognizing and targeting users via third-party cookies will be a thing of the past. As platforms like Google look to phase out cross-site tracking, the way we think about reaching and, importantly, knowing our audiences as marketers will need to radically shift. Or does it? Content marketers have understood the critical importance of owning first-party data for decades. In fact, ownership of audience data has long been foundational to most content marketing strategies. Content marketing as a critical marketing strategic approach has come into its own, and now I believe strongly it's time for marketers and brands to really put it to work. But first, let's take a step back. What are cookies and why should you even care? Well, according to an article by Deloitte, the use of third-party cookies is everywhere. The article says that a tag from Google Ads or even a website optimization tool like Google Optimize or Hotjar makes use of this category of cookies throughout. When it comes to mobile ad IDs are also under scrutiny. Apple's already announced the end of IDFA, Identifier for Advertisers, in iOS 14, and Google is expected to follow suit. The ability to tag and identify users as they travel through digital platforms is what cookies are all about. As marketers, this means we can identify our user digitally, associate them with a certain insight, for example, if they were searching for advice on debt, and then remarket to them with a specific message, for example, a display banner for a debt service, which appears on a website that they are on. In order to make effective use of cookies in digital marketing, you need to be able to cross over multiple platforms. For example, if user A searches for debt advice on Google, but then opens up Facebook and scrolls their newsfeed, you need to be able to pass that information between Google and Facebook if you want to serve your target debt ad to user A while they're engaged with Facebook. It's this cross-platform sharing that Google is doing away with by 2023. It's not just platforms like Google that are changing the way that they work. Users, especially South African users, are increasingly aware of their own data privacy and the digital breadcrumbs they leave behind. According to Hootsuite's Dated Global Digital Report 2021, South Africans are the 5th most worried country about misuse of personal data. We also have the 3rd highest use of ad blockers globally, with nearly 50% of us using them. This means advertisers fundamentally must rethink not only how they collect, use, and store user data, but also their reliance on traditional digital marketing techniques like cookies to reach audiences. Standard techniques that look and feel like advertising are going to be increasingly blocked and obscured by audiences who are too smart for non-value adding broadcast-style approaches. Which brings me to my next point. We're living in a platform world, and this matters to marketers and brands. And I believe this is one of the key trends we all need to be mindful of. But what is the platform world? Well, according to Publicis Group, 7 out of 10 of the most valuable global companies are platforms. Just look at Apple, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook, Tencent, Alibaba. It's this approach that many of the world's most valuable companies have started to take, and it signifies a step into what Publicis Group has termed the platform world. It's where we believe all of our clients should be planning to move into, if they haven't done so already, in order to future-proof their brands and models. According to Publicis Group, platforms and companies who develop the platform world model exhibit 4 key characteristics. They're data rich, so they know their customers better than anyone else and use that to gain more and more of their time and attention. They create network effects. Every new user, every interaction creates more value for everyone on the platform. They deliver personalized ecosystems. Each customer's experience becomes more and more relevant over time, thus capturing more of their time. And they can go direct to consumer, no middleman. They can capture all the data and, importantly, all the revenue, and then they can rent it to others. Platforms are built on first-party data, turning a brand into a platform future-proofs the brand and their marketing capability by creating brand-owned walled gardens. I chatted to Horst Heinz, Deloitte Africa's Digital Innovation Manager, and he explained that walled gardens are ecosystems where all operations, including data, are controlled by the owners. Classic examples of walled gardens, he said, are Google, Facebook, and Amazon. The concept of walled gardens matters to brands because they dominate the ad tech landscape and are not as impacted by the move away from third-party cookies. Brands should consider using their first-party data with consent to seed walled garden algorithms for value. Good example of this is providing email addresses to Facebook for custom audience targeting. Establishing a first-party data ecosystem is no longer an option for marketers or brands. A brand's own first-party data ecosystem may be their biggest source of value going forwards. At Publicis and Machine, we use this growth loop model to help our clients achieve growth in the platform world. We believe content marketing is a key strategy to build own audiences and win in the platform world because it plays in that value exchange sweet spot, both on the paid and owned sides of the model. Personalized marketing doesn't just help marketers and brands, it serves our audiences better too. As users, think about it. We've all come to expect better from brands and their marketing efforts. I believe that doing better is founded in adopting a content marketing-led strategy and blending this into the foundation of a brand's strategic marketing mix. According to the IAB's definition framework, which I was a part of inputting and creating, content marketing is a strategic marketing approach of creating and distributing relevant, consistent content targeted at defined audiences to add value to their lives at specific points in the user journey. And really importantly, it doesn't use the brand or its product as the hero. Important for the platform world thinking, content marketing delights, educates, informs, and entertains in order to build and engage owned loyal audiences, increasing their commercial value to the brand. In a picture, here's a great example to help understand content marketing. We use content marketing to provide a compelling value exchange with our audiences in order to get them to seek us out or our brand out and choose to spend time with the content we create. And importantly, to find that content so valuable that they'll share their data with us and permission for us to use that data in exchange for access to that content marketing. This helps us win in the platform world, and fundamentally it uses content as product as a way to do this. This is distinct from other marketing strategies that may deploy content in order to market, for example, branded or native content. Content marketing uses content as the product in the owned space, and it focuses on building an owned audience. There are some key steps to take towards succeeding in the platform world. Firstly, you need to drive a marketing strategy that audience want to seek out and choose to spend time with, to the point that they'll exchange their data and the permission for you to use it in an ongoing way in order to engage with your marketing. This approach is called content marketing, and it is distinct from existing traditional marketing strategies. I believe that a key trend is that brands and marketers together are going to need to use content marketing far more coherently and consistently in the future. Secondly, we all need to capture user data in an identifiable, secure way with the necessary opt-ins so that we can use this data meaningfully for brands. Thirdly, there's no point capturing that data if we can't organize and mine it. Brands and their marketing partners are going to need to be able to enrich this data and interact more and more with their own audience in order to build deeper, richer insights. And finally, we all know that trust is hard to earn and quickly destroyed. Brands and marketers are going to need to work hard to guard the trust of their audience in the direct or owned space in order to keep that audience and retain the permission to keep talking to that audience. To do this, I believe that you have to keep delivering what you promised to your audience in the first place. Content marketing, by its nature, is ongoing, consistent, and authentic because it's about building and maintaining a relationship. So this means brands and marketers can't just focus on content marketing in the paid space as a value exchange to get people to opt in and share their information with us. We've got to keep doing it in the direct owned space too, so that that relationship and value exchange continues, and so that brands maintain the right to hold onto and keep using that audience data. Thanks so much for listening. I really hope that this was interesting and thought-provoking. If you'd like to learn more about Publicis' platform world, the growth loop model, or content marketing, of which Machine is the specialist content marketing agency for Publicis Group, feel free to reach out to me and I'd be happy to chat to you more.